Stop.
We don't have that
Ah,
behind
yeah.
singing. Cute.
Let's go. Maybe bright, but
I'm gonna.
it's okay. Let's see. Good morning, everyone. Microphone works.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, everything works.
You've got all the equipment.
Ta-da! Good morning, everyone. Good morning, world. Good morning, Hannah.
Good morning.
I don't know where to start. I didn't plan anything. How are you?
I'm very well. Would you like to take a breath with me? I like to.
So we have the bell of mindfulness. Sounds. River, something in the river. Wonderful. A wise dog with a beard.
Yeah. He's so small and cute. I also found the little mosquito bite. Is it Ramdas that talks about that, where he was meditating and in some fancy place, getting enlightened and stuff. And then he was like, and of course, that was exactly the time when the mosquito started to buzz.
Aw.
And he could just feel it and hear it. And he was trying to stay really zen through the process. I thought that was fun. He
That's
does have a beard.
Yeah, I call it a wise dog.
So he comes here often.
Yeah, before we used to work out in this park,
Mm.
and we saw this dog every morning.
He does look like a wise dog. If he could speak, what would you give him
If he could speak,
the voice of? Like, what would his voice sound like?
like a old, I have even a picture in my head. Maybe some cartoon I saw.
Mm.
Okay, I'll say like Master Splinter from Turtles.
I feel like we should try and take a picture of it to put on the video so it could like pop up. You know what we're talking about.
Try to catch it. It's running around. There are two more dogs.
He's got a cute little goatee. I imagine him having a really wise Asian sort of disposition. Very firm. Not afraid to throw a shoe at you if you displease him.
so beautiful to hear language that you understand. Even I don't hear what they talk about. It's like, wow.
I understood that word or that phrase.
But I just hear English familiar.
Yeah. It's funny how language can relax the mind,
Oh yeah.
you know, like even like certain sounds. Because I find Spanish really peaceful and beautiful to listen to. And even when I was a really small girl, I used to want to hear it and be around it. And it would like evoke different emotion in me than English, for example. And French, the same, different emotion, but different, yeah, different feeling, different attachment, I suppose.
I read fiction books only in Russian because that's my mother tongue. And it just feels like we're lifting 30, 40 kilograms and then you take something one. Oh, it feels so good. Just relax. Wow.
That's so true, yeah. Because it's your
Ooh,
most natural wiring.
what do we have here?
I'm not sure how he's obviously a monk.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell is happening?
Well, they come here sometimes, don't
Really?
they?
First
Yeah.
time.
When I'm on my walks in between classes.
There is a Buddhist monk that will pass by and you will see him on our bank. Maybe, no. Wow.
Beautiful. He's just checking out the peripherals, making sure it's safe. You know.
They're also about to film something.
Well, well, well. It's funny how life happens sometimes.
It was so interesting. Um, few weeks ago, we were playing board games in our place. We invited new people, and there was a cute girl. She brought a board game about birds. So you create your birdhouse, and you need to attract birds.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. My
for sure.
mum would love that.
You never heard about this kind of game. Nobody heard it. It just happened. And then I had to leave earlier because I had a driving exam. So I went 40 minutes. No, there was just a document job, document stuff. So I went 40 minutes to District 12, somewhere there, to this riding range or what it's called. And guess what I've seen there? There's like a bunch of people, Vietnamese, foreigners, they're doing exam. And in the middle of that stuff, there's a giant birdhouse.
Wow.
What the hell is going on?
The birds.
Yeah, I mean, I just played a game, first time in my life, about birds, where you need to attract birds. I drive 40 minutes to another side of the city, and I see a giant birdhouse in the middle of riding range. What the hell is that?
Do you know what that reminds my weird little brain of? Is a conspiracy theory. And now I'm not ever a full believer in anything because I think we create our own reality, and like if we choose to believe something, then it has an element of truth in it regardless. But I also think all of us have a collective thread. Like, so if some of us believe one thing, then it does have like a thread of truth or an impact in each of our lives in some way. Anyway, the conspiracy theory is that birds are actually robotic devices sent to spy on us,
Ah,
or to. I think it's come from
China.
the Hunger Games.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I think it might have come from. You know, because when they're in the simulated world, the birds are like part of the spying. I just think something that sounds that beautiful probably couldn't be that evil.
That's why they created them.
Probably, but they're so beautiful.
Yep. So nobody will think about them. And it's easy. They fly.
So would you say your team simulation?
My team simulation. Sorry?
Team simulation, like the conspiracy theory.
Just happen. You know what?
Don't put me in a box.
No. The first thing I wanted to share, because just yesterday I was watching I watched lectures from psychiatrist, and he's also maybe you heard about Dr. K, Healthy Gamer GG.
I've heard of it.
I love him.
I've not gone full down
So,
into the rabbit hole yet.
and he has a membership on YouTube, and he dives deep into stuff like detachment, karma, all this stuff. So yesterday I was watching a deep dive into karma, part one, and he was telling us, he was also showing we have scientific evidence, and Yogi found this years ago, was 1,000 years ago, that so when you think you are in a powerless situation, like for example, this you have amazing classes, and then one class is just they don't want to study, they talk all the time. You're powerless, but you're not powerless because of them. You're powerless because you decided you're powerless.
Because of your attitude and
Yes,
mentality and
yes,
reception of the moment.
yes, and we have this scientific evidence, and we have yogis discovered it 1,000 years ago. This is beautiful, and then about conspiracy and all this stuff. And then I mean, why this happened? Why we played birds game and then there's a birds range, or why I sprained. How do you call? What happened with your ankle
You sprained?
I sprained my ankle a few weeks ago,
Oh,
and then
bless
this
you.
happened, and yeah, this happened, and then like, why these things happen?
I suppose why not?
Why not? No, I'm thinking if we are all that there is. Yeah, I am you, you're me. We are just this illusion of separation. We are them. We are trees and everything. So there is no separate thing. Nothing happens for a separate thing because you are all that there is. How if only a person, separated person, believes that something happens for him or not happen for him or for her, because they believe that they are separated. But universe doesn't work that way. So that's where I'm confused. Oh, things happen for a reason, but the reason is created in the separated human mind. So life just
That's beautiful.
it is that it is.
I feel like I'm mesmerized.
Let's feel it.
Shall we? Magic is happening. Always.
Sanh đó có bấy nhiêu lang phải nghe lấy những điều dạy rằng các ngươi nước lòng cần tụng lắm năm này đất sông mê bay thâu chẳng biết tu ngày bao nỗi về mình mang sông đò đầy chất thương đau khổ lòng cha có đỡ được đâu dù là bay nước lặn sâu nước thể minh bán lời câu nam mỏi tàn càng bắt cùng tới hung độc lúc đó dù yêu khóc mà thương nằm chân và phật nấu rang xong rồi buông phận chớ nay người gặp các mây sao nhờ các bậc nhân cứu cho được có thân đến đây lại nhờ ân pháp màu vậy người biết hồi đầu quý phật cùng dấu đầu
I was gonna try and catch you filming so I could film the filmer.
Observe the observer.
Observe the observer. I feel like the universe just wants to delight us. Like I really have that belief that when the watcher watches, the universe wants to be appreciated. Like it desires it. Perhaps projection, probably. But it's something that I enjoy experiencing.
Mind is looking for meanings.
Cool.
Life is just this.
Cool.
You know, I mean, beautiful stuff happens all the time. We just,
Endless appreciation.
yeah.
But isn't that wonderful? I think that's like why I cultivate that belief, why I emphasize that reality for myself. You mentioned on our way here that you feel like you have had a very positive disposition in your life.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that I have always had that. Not to the extreme where I obviously haven't been able to see through it or pass through that stage, but definitely wouldn't resonate with having always had a positive mindset and the ability to enjoy all aspects of life. But I think one of the things that's created the most change for me is being able to appreciate and cultivate appreciation with the gratitude, with compassion.
I was thinking, we find this beautiful and special. I mean, the moment when we were buying coconuts, I was thinking for the alien here, right? And you show him two situations. Monks are doing something that he knows nothing about, and we're buying coconuts.
Both
For
is
him,
beautiful.
Same.
Both is beautiful.
Yeah.
Both is so beautiful. And I know that this sounds weird, but I think like part of my ability to appreciate those small moments very consistently in my life now is largely down to substance abuse from the past. No, it's because it's trained my brain to love that moment. And now I'm not condoning this as a method of transformation, but like we can choose how an experience impacts us, and we can choose what we receive and what we take, what we give, what we appreciate about certain situations. And like you say, choosing to appreciate that moment buying some coconut, choosing to appreciate that moment buying your coffee, seeing the beautiful carving of the lovely Vietnamese man with his little coffee grains. Like all of the things get to be special.
About substances, I think that I also use them, not a lot, but no, what is a lot? I think that they don't add anything to us, they just unwire, they teach us how to look differently.
Yes.
It's all inside us, we all can choose,
Completely.
I don't know, choose to go there to see the same being stuff, this connection. They just
I can understand that.
show us what we need to unlearn what we never been.
Yeah, you're right. Like your words resonate with my understanding or my feeling of like we already know these things. We're learning to remember. And my mum actually said something beautiful when I was first becoming more openly spiritual. She was saying, well, I've never been spiritual. I've just always followed what my heart has told me. And I was like, Mum, you are the most spiritual person I know. You're not religious. But she just does things because she's like, I want to do that. And if she doesn't want to do something, she's like, I don't want to do that. Like, that doesn't feel good to me. And she's so attuned with what feels good and what doesn't feel good. She wasn't always that way, I know. Like, age and teaching actually really helped her with this. 'Cause
Asian?
Teaching.
Asian teaching.
Aging.
Oh,
Asian teaching.
Asian. Okay.
Well, she does do Tai Chi actually, and Qigong, so maybe that is the Asian teaching. What are your parents like? Can I ask that question?
Yeah, sure. You asked already.
Thank you.
They are. I think also answer on this question would change through the years. So they're
Of course, yeah.
because I grow.
They grow too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't communicate a lot. Since 16, I live alone. I'm 32, so half my life I live alone. Yeah. But they loved us, earn money. Father left to travel around the world to earn money for us. So they are working class. My father now is a freshman in Norway. They all live there. My sister is a nurse. She lives separate. Mom is a housewife. Now she works as a cashier. That's what their life. They're like working class. And for a long time I was thinking, they're so boring. Every time we have a call, we speak about the same stuff. How is the weather? Oh, the prices of meat in Sweden is cheaper than in Norway. After a few weeks, we will go back to Latvia. Oh yeah. Oh, the gas is more expensive. Same. But my grandma, who is a teacher in a music school, she asked more interesting questions. She's like really goes deep. But now I don't know. Interesting things. Guido, my friend, told me a few months ago. He thinks I will not. I won't be able to love myself if I won't forget my parents. Forgive my parents. Sorry, forgive my. And then I was thinking about this stuff. And one day I called my father. And I told him that I love him. We both cried a little bit. I still don't talk that often with them, but something changed. At least I said that I love them.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I will see them in June or July. I'll go in the summer. I'll go home after 5 years in Vietnam. That's interesting because I never spoke English in my hometown for sure. Maybe in my country because
So you learned English here?
yeah, I learned here by teaching.
Dude, that's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah. It was like 5 years ago we arrived to homestay and we were teaching English. I was teaching basic like, this is chicken. This is cow. Can you make a sentence with cow? I like cows. Step by step, then I got job. Blah, blah, blah.
That's magnificent.
And now I can speak and understand you. And often when I watch YouTube and I watch like podcasts where they speak about complicated stuff, a monk is coming in the car. Yo! Another monk. Hello.
Excuse me.
Oh, excuse me. Hello. No.
I really wanted to ask what they were doing. If they were praying for the water.
They released fish. That's what they do here.
Is it like a prayer for the animals or for appreciation? I'd love to know.
I know that I also did it.
I've done it with birds.
I released fish in the sea. Hello.
Good morning. You look beautiful. She does look good. Do you know what I think is quite interesting about what you were sharing about parents? Is that they are the step of evolution that has allowed us this path and this reality. And I feel that that deserves respect. And I think I had it before I came to Vietnam in the first time. And I lost it somewhere along the way. But I found something deeper than that. But I've, or am probably still integrating with a respect and an appreciation. Because we need to have that independence and that separation to experience ourselves and to experience what that means for us to be alive, right? What does this mean for us as independent beings with our own little purposes and desires and who are we now? And I think we all need that time, however long we need, to decide and to feel and to experience life in a new way.
Yeah.
I'd be so interested to hear about your journey home when you go.
Maybe we'll record another video after. But
That'd be fun.
yeah, that's cool. You're right. Because their sacrifices, because they didn't have experience of being alone, discover themselves. Like my father came from army. I think he was 19, 18, 19. He bought flowers. He saw two women sitting at the park. He approached them. One of them is my mom now.
Oh my goodness.
Another
that's
is my
so gorgeous.
another lady is my godmother. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, that is glorious.
He's a man in a Soviet army uniform with
That's
flowers.
beautiful.
Uh-huh. And I was working at the coffee shop because I used to be a chef, and I was working at the coffee shop where they had like first lunch or something.
Right.
Yeah. And so my mom gave a birth when she was 18, 19. So they were all their life together.
That's glorious.
Mm-hmm.
There's a really deep part of my soul that yearns for that experience. Like, I don't know what it is, whether it's conditional mind programming or whether it's biological, whether it's a mix of the two, whether it's past life or current life, or I don't know anything really. None of us do. We just pretend to, I think. But if I had to like romanticize it in some way, that to me feels like a real journey to union. You know? Like, I love my life and I love the path that I've taken and what I've been gifted to experience, but there's just something in that, like, man meets woman, they're together forever, forever. And even if there's like dysfunction by today's standards, I think there's still something rather spectacular about people that choose to spend their life together and like consistently build something that way.
Suspend means what? What is suspend life together?
Spend life together, like
spend.
to experience it together, to like have, yeah, a life that they've built together.
Just for a second, look at this. This small branch, something, and the light you can see in shadow. Oh.
Makes my feet dance.
What is part of your life that you want to share? You want to tell people, or me, or what questions you want people to ask you? There's something we want to tell about ourselves, but when we meet people, we have this conversation. You're like, can we get to the juicy stuff? I want to tell you this is something about me. what your ego wants to tell to this world?
That's a tasty question. And I suppose that changes or it shifts. Like a lot. So I used to, this time last year, I was very forward with my YouTubing actually. And I found immense peace in that process of like thinking and feeling very resonant with the idea that if I am able to say something that makes someone feel less alone or makes them feel connected, like I think my genuine intention in all interaction really is connection, peace, and harmony, like to be able to create music, to create love with that being in the way that we speak, in the way that our energy interacts. And I suppose from that place, what I want to say or what I want to be asked is very different from person to person. But for me, if I had to sort of pick something, it would be that we're not that unique, and at the same time we're incredibly special and unique. And finding the balance of those things has been my journey, and I'm sure a lot of other people's experience in some way, shape or form. But I don't feel I'm open to be asked any questions. In this exact moment, I can't feel anything that I especially need to share. I'm very happy just to experience and allow what needs to wash through, see where it sticks. And that's where the juice is for now. But I guess the juice gets to shift and change as well. What about yourself? What's something you desire more to share or to share more?
No, and then ego. I want to share that because I want to show how interesting I am, and I will say something in a shape that, oh, I'm so humble, but I will not use these words, so I know how to manipulate so people will think I'm humble, and they'll think, oh my god, he doesn't say that he's humble, but he is humble, but I said all this on purpose. And I feel like, oh yes, I am the best, I am the oh. And then I don't know, but I just like.
I love the voice.
I just like this. Monk boy. Monk boy. When they arrived, there were two monks and one boy. My mind immediately started to think there are cats and kitten. There are dog and puppy. There are monks, and my mind was like, what is word for a small monk? Huh?
Puppy monk.
Puppy monk. Looking at him, do you work with kids? Like what age?
From grade 4 is my youngest
Oh.
to year 13, grade 12.
13 is the middle school.
High school,
Really?
up to 18.
Okay. Yes, I work only in primary school, and I love it so much
Yeah.
because they are real. In 5th grade, I see they already understand that others are watching, so I need to control myself. Grade 2, grade 1, they just come hug you, kiss you, and they don't care what others think. It's so beautiful. And if they don't like you, they will not come. If they love you, they will come and hug you.
Do you know what I love about the older kids? I can totally resonate with that appreciation, and I definitely have that experience sometimes as well. But what I love about them as they grow, and what all of us do, I'm sure, with layers of who we think we are, the nuance of seeing between the lines, and also being able to enjoy the in-between with them and who they're being. Does that make sense? Like appreciating who they think they are just as much
Đi về văn phòng ngồi chút ha.
as
Okay.
the core, because that's also part of their art.
Tôi có về văn
That's
phòng
also
ngồi
part
chút.
of the fun. Who we think we are doesn't have to be something bad or evil or something to get away from.
But I was thinking, I'm afraid, insecure about teaching older kids because it's easy for me to control little kids. I can just say, sit nicely or bye bye star. And they will,
Yeah.
50 kids will sit nicely, or I'll bye bye star
Bye-bye
5,
star.
bye bye star 4, bye bye star 3, bye bye star 2. There's silence.
Yeah.
Middle school, high school? What?
They're excellent teachers in and of themselves. Because you're right that you can't control. I think also there's like a degree of respect that you learn to have for yourself when you are interacting with older children specifically. Like, I remember this must have been about 5 years ago when I had my grade 7 class that made me cry like every time because it was just so intense and they were so loud, like they didn't respond to anything. I'm not someone that enjoys shouting to get attention because I think that that kind of creates a bit of a vicious cycle in the classroom as well as life. But what I'm understanding now, I get to experience them more individually because I'm tutoring, not teaching, is that I don't have to care, but I'm choosing to love and I'm choosing to be there and I'm choosing to be a support to this child. How well they adopt that and take that on board is entirely their choice. Now, I've had a couple of children that I've said, oh, I don't actually think I'm the right tutor for them because they have been so grabby. What can I get from this woman? She's useless. She's, you know, she's speaking stupidly. You know, she's irrelevant. Or, you know, like that kind of attitude of like, actually, this person has nothing to teach me. I'm completely superior. And within that context, love can't blossom. And when it does, there's a stickiness that for me just doesn't feel great. But with the older kids in general, you really get to appreciate what you offer and the wisdom that you have accumulated as you've grown and how you can see yourself through their experience in some ways of like, oh, I remember feeling that awkwardness or that shyness or that rejection of whatever it is, whether I'm rejecting being a cool kid or I'm rejecting being a geek or whatever it is. It's very fascinating to me, the continual process and how some people still think that way long into their adulthood. You know, it's fun. Psychological experimentation.
Yeah, I like how you said that. You give them, and what they get out of it is out of your control. Doesn't matter. So because I have one class on Friday, 5th grade, and they don't care. There are 4 or 5 students out of 50 that want to study, and the rest they just play board games, they card games, they do whatever they want. And I was punishing them. I was sending them to the separate room. My teacher assistant was yelling on them. If someone is talking, I give him or her paper and they need to write 50 times something. And I felt bad doing that. And just, oh yeah, that's what happened. I sprained my ankle, and I wasn't able to walk. So I used a crutch for a few days.
I remember.
Oh, you see me?
Yeah, we were at Simone's birthday.
Oh, right. And so, it was Friday. I sprained on Wednesday. It was Friday, and I'm like, okay, I cannot walk. I don't want to do anything. So I just took microphone and I was sitting, no stars this time. And this was the most peaceful lesson. Wow, what a lesson.
Yeah.
And since then, I just sit. Yeah, they're still noisy. Sometimes I ask teacher assistant to say something so they calm down. But I don't care. I still work with these 5-6 students. It's also, I heard from some comedian. It's stupid to think that everybody in the audience will love you.
Yeah.
You cannot give the same amount of fun to everybody. So yeah, our boss probably wants, or parents of course wants, that we teach, but I
Their
teach
child.
in 35 minutes. I need to check
Yeah.
everyone's pronunciation, everyone's comprehension, understanding of the stuff. But like, sorry, I'll do my best and I'll leave the rest to the God.
I feel you.
What's with battery? No, it's everything fine. Just so 45. Okay. Yeah, like this.
I totally resonate with that. When I was, I suppose I still am in some ways, but I went into coaching, which actually is very similar to teaching and tutoring in many ways. There's a lot of mentoring and caretaking and being able to see where someone's at and bring them to where they're aching to be, right? So what I noticed a lot of the time is in a group dynamic, obviously one-to-one people tend to choose who they resonate with, and that's not always a great fit, but I've got an excellent selection process of like, yes, I think I can help you. No, I don't know if we're a match. Like, I think I've got a pretty good understanding at this stage, one-to-one anyway. But in the group dynamics, what's very interesting is how when something doesn't go our way as humans, we project onto a perceived power source what we're needing to step into ourselves, that we might be rejecting in ourselves. So say, for example, if we applied that to the kids in teaching, it would be like, oh, my teacher's a nerd, they're this, they're not very cool, they're whatever it is, perceiving them to be less than in the way in which maybe they need to step into themselves, being not so cool and allowing themselves to express that part of them to get to their next level, to be more of themselves. And I think that's one of the most beautiful parts about life, that we do get to help mirror for each other. So I would suggest, even to the people that aren't touched or moved or called by something that we would be teaching or talking about in this context or whatever, that actually what they choose to receive from it is their responsibility, and that has no definition, or it does not define the worth or the value of the offering, of how something can be perceived and shared and integrated and appreciated through the right lens, through the right love, through the right choice.
I've heard this approach. What is it? There's like Western and East. So in West, if a speaker tells something, an audience doesn't understand, it's a speaker's problem. He didn't deliver well. In East philosophy,
It's the reverse.
the reverse. Yeah, if people didn't understand, that's their problem.
It's interesting, isn't it? I think it's definitely a combination of the two. We can always improve our skills as a speaker or a teacher or a tutor or a coach or whatever we're doing. We can always be better.
It makes sense. I mean, we can take a book, any book. I don't know, How to Win Friends. You will read it, I will read it, that guy will read it, he will say, that book is stupid. I will say, that book is useless. He'll like, God, this book changed my life. Same book.
Because I decided to. That's my choice. Because we have a limited amount of time on Earth. In this flesh suit, anyway. Who knows what happens beyond this point. But if I choose something changes who I am. If I choose something to be for my highest good, to have, oh my goodness, this has been the thing that I've been waiting for. This has the opportunity to change my life. If I implement, if I learn, if I hear something in the same context but in a different way from that person, from here, from that, then like a lot of the time it's our choice to make something from that. You know? We can't change how anyone is going to receive us, so we can't change how anyone speaks to us. We can't we can to an extent with what we're offering vibrationally, but I think we're always going to come across challenges and people that don't like our vibration or don't like who we're being in the world, and how we choose to see them and integrate what they're teaching us. It gets to be a pleasure. It gets to be a purpose if we choose it. What is purpose?
Whatever your mind creates.
Yeah.
I like to think that there is no purpose. Life is just there.
Happening.
It's first time. So it's like Eckhart Tolle in The Power of Now. He said, "You don't know the tree. You know only facts about the tree. When you look at the tree, you know maybe what kind of tree. There's a bark, but you don't know the tree." And I understood it just recently. There was a rehearsal for a show. We're preparing for next month live show. Please come. I'll share with you a link. And so so Guido was dancing with a guy, and it was the first time I see that guy. So when I look at the Guido, or when you look at everything, you have stories. When you look at the swings, if you look for them long enough, first immediately you have stories. Maybe there was the swings in your neighborhood when you were a child. Then you look at the motorbike. Oh, this kind of motorbike. This is probably Yamaha. You have some stories in your mind about Yamaha, about coffee, coconuts. Immediately, we were sitting here with Simone, also drinking coconuts. So we have stories. But and I was looking at that guy, and I know nothing about him. And for a few seconds, 3 seconds, I was able to see him for who he is, what he is. When I looked at the Guido, I saw stories. I know him for 7 years. When I look at that guy, for a few seconds, there are no stories. And then they come. Oh, I see tattoo on his neck. Oh, they're numbers. Immediately judgments. Oh, these are stupid tattoos. And then I'm like, wait, just look at him. And there's no stories about his face because it was the first time I saw him. That's interesting. And it was very interesting when they said, careful. Oh, yeah. Okay. And it's very interesting to get these insights in the moment you truly experience, like feel the song.
I am listening, I promise.
It's okay, it's okay. It's a musical coconut.
Musical coconuts. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Diddly dee dee. Please continue.
Yeah, and just recently, after meditation, I opened my eyes, and it's strange to speak about it now, because in that moment when you have insight, you don't question it. It's like, you know it's truth. The next day, insight is not there, and you're like, did I really feel that? And mind is like, no, you didn't feel anything. And you're like, but I remember. And mind is like, no, there was nothing. It's just for your imagination. And I felt so. We talk a lot about with my friend Guido about the illusion of separation, ego, and that we are all that there is. And logically, we understand that this bench, the carrot, the cake, this kid is made of the same atoms that I am. We are made from the same stardust. I am him, he is me. But at that moment when I opened my eyes, I for a glimpse understood that I am that. Not that, but I am that. It felt like there's a projector in my head. It's projecting everything, and I am that everything. Not this stuff, but like everything. Like everything was in a, what do you call it? A special plastic that we cover food. What is that?
Like a cellophane.
Yeah. So like everything was covered in that, and I was that for just a little bit. And even now I'm like, did I really feel that? Did I imagine that?
That's beautiful. it's a nice experience to have had. And I feel that, again, none of us really know. No one could ever really know. You know, we're just having experiences, and I tend to move away from absolute truth, in the sense of a good scientist, and I believe a good spiritualist, a good human, is open to adapting and shifting and changing their perspectives. Not that there's anything wrong with having concrete ideas about life, but that sometimes we can get trapped in it. You know, it can become the puzzle to solve, or the way to bypass taking radical responsibility for our life, to treat people in a better way, or to learn about people, to be curious about people, to be curious about our differences. And the cute little guys come to say hello.
Record him so later we can.
Hi.
Hello, wild dog.
Fluff Fluffer. Hi, Fluffer Luffer Luffer. Aren't you a cutie patootie? Yeah.
You were wise.
He's so wise. Yeah. Yeah.
A wise dog.
Hey, Fluffer Luffer Luffer Luffer. How are you doing, Muffin? How are you doing?
Muffin. A wise muffin. Tell us, share your wisdom.
This is wisdom.
Welcome.
You know what's been really lovely is this hasn't even felt like we're talking to a camera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, yeah.
You've set this up in a really lovely way. Bye, Fluff.
It came and goes.
I've become aware of the camera now I mentioned it. These are the days of our lives.
Kind of. What to talk about? Wow. Babe.
He's a wise goat.
Oh, the sheep.
If you were an animal right now, what animal would you be?
But I am animal.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Another animal.
Well, what do you?
Yeah.
No, it's coffee, not for you. What animal do I want to be? Probably a bird, just to fly. Eagle, so nobody can touch me. Then I can enjoy flying, because if I'm just a sparrow, eagle can kill me.
It's just sparrow. An eagle can kill me.
Yeah, I can just fly and then.
This is true.
I love to imagine how eagles or hawks here. Oh. How hawks here, H-A-W-K, hawk, we call them hawk.
Hawk, yeah.
Hawk, how they see. I mean, from 100 meters, they see the mouse in the field. What resolution they have in their eyes. Wow. You?
Right now, I would be maybe a cat. I was thinking maybe a tiger. A Bengali tiger.
Where?
Don't
Would
know
you like
why.
to be?
Where?
Yeah, where? You meet the tiger and then people hunt you. You're in danger.
I feel that sometimes, but I think that's just my victim mindset. My victim program. There's a beautiful song Leo showed me about the hard drive. Like, she's talking about, are you always this nervous? No, this is just my hard drive. Like, this is just
Oh.
the program. right? And I think that's a really great way of understanding it. Like when we think about our DNA and everything that's like constructed us as humans, our evolution and the conflicts that have happened within that. I'm like timing my speech with the school. I was like waiting for the punctuation points. But yeah.
Muscular man.
What, the child on the swing? Oh no.
I know.
Oh, the muscular man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Muscles look so beautiful on human.
They do.
On dogs as well.
On dogs.
These pit bulls.
Yeah. Stunning. That's something I've always been very insecure about.
What?
Like my physical body.
What?
And not being how I imagine myself should be, to be. Like I've always had a very consistent workout routine. I was a dancer for a long time. In coming to terms with like, actually this is my healthy body. Like my healthy body is a little squishy. And that's okay.
What is squishy?
Squishy.
What is meaning for squishy?
Squishy. Squishy.
Soft?
Yeah. Squishy. I think I'm sure a lot of women have thoughts at least around their bodies, and I'm sure men do as well. But there is something like idyllic, isn't there, about like the muscular form, like the perfect quote unquote shape.
I'm seeing immediately. There are things we were taught because we're exposed to them. It's everywhere. It's beautiful, but it was always like in ancient Greece. Before muscles were always, and there is some problem, but for sure there is a part that because we're exposed that people show us, so we were taught that this is good, beautiful, but it's also healthy.
It is.
You will lose muscles after 30. That was what I heard, and it's good to have them.
Yeah, I think it's a symbol for a reason, but I think you can say that for so many things, right? You can say that for many things. There's a reason why we want certain visible visible attributes.
Because you can show them.
It's a trophy of your hard work.
Yeah.
And the love that you put into yourself. And a lot of my journey, especially as a feminine woman, like I do identify as being more feminine in my nature as well. It's coming to terms with like, actually my love can look different. I can look squishy and soft and feel squishy and soft and love that part of me now, rather than have that inner drill sergeant telling me you're fat, you're lazy, everyone thinks this, you should do that, you have to do this, you need to change, you have to get it together, you know, like that kind of like really intense, you're wrong type vibe. I think that's a really, it was a core motivator for me for a really long time.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. And the moment I stopped caring, the more I was working out, the more I was insecure. Like we think about working out, you become stronger, confident, you look better. But the more I go to the gym, the more I look in the mirror, like the more I feel that lack.
Yeah.
And the moment, because I haven't been in the gym for a month, and this helped, the ankle, this helps. Workout, the more I am okay with myself. Interesting.
I was talking to lovely V about this, and I love her mental attitude to
Who, sorry?
V.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Lovely V, I said before, which you might have mistaken the name. Um,
I heard lovely bee.
lovely bee.
I was thinking, do we have bee here?
Bee. Om. Om.
Um,
And I love her attitude to working out, and I think she's got such a fantastic mentality of like, I do this because I love it and I love myself and I'm just feeling myself and I'm ready to move and I'm excited to move. And I think I can feel that naturally maybe after midday. Like my body in the mornings, she's so slow. And I guess this is the programming or the lifestyle or whatever it is, I don't care anymore. Like, I am where I am and I've just got to accept it. But it's like, when you're around people with that sort of infectious energy, it really does change the way you work out
yeah.
and the way you see the workouts. And it's just been so inspiring to be around so many people with different attitudes to exercise. Like, I personally feel like yoga has saved my life. And I am attributing it to that kind of externalized power to it, because it felt like a force that moved through me, that humans before have paved the way for me to utilize and to use that structure to relax into. So even days where I feel like I can't run, I can't move my body right now in this way, I'm in so much pain, either mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Yoga has been there as a source of just sit on the mat and stretch. Just, just be where you are. Don't force yourself to be different. Okay, you hate your stomach. Fantastic. Sit on the mat and hate your stomach and maybe try and feel it in a different way. Do you know what I mean? Like, inviting love into wherever the you are, and not needing to be different, not needing to change yourself right this very minute, because in a sense, with the right force, and certainly the way I was doing it, it was abusive. It was really cruel.
Yoga?
No, the mentality. Sorry, yeah, I should have clarified. But you wouldn't look at that beautiful puppy dog with his glorious beard, utterly glorious. You wouldn't say, you need to be different. Shave that beard. I mean, maybe some people would, but like,
because they don't like something about them.
But it just seems silly to me, when life is expressing itself, that we would continuously try to manipulate that and change that into what we view being more appropriate.
And now you do yoga on your own? You know what? Okay. Because I joined many classes, and I have class today actually, 9:45.
Nice.
And yeah, that's something I'd like to do. And also, I've heard that there are research that show that just stretching and yoga are different. And yoga is also unity, it's bending external to internal. Yoga is also something, because I'm very interested now in the spiritual journey. I would love to. Like, I know what to do at the gym, but I don't know what to do when I do yoga. So I want to learn how to do without watching YouTube or having teacher. Do you do? So you do on your own. You don't go to any centers now? Do yoga?
I went to one a while ago here, and I found myself having it was just not a very welcomed experience for me. I think we consciously choose our consequences in life, and I went to a gentle yoga class at the centre. I'd been to a few classes before and they were quite high intensity, which I'm fine, especially when I go to a class called power yoga. Like, you know what you're signing up for. Anyway, I'm on a heavy flow, very sore, just ran a bit the day before, and I really wanted something soft, so I went to a gentle yoga class. And I'm very comfortable with my body, so I'm training to be a teacher myself, yoga teacher, and I've been on that process for a long time because I want to feel confident with what I'm sharing in the world. And the teacher was not my personal taste. He pushed me when I said stop. He would go around and push your body, and I multiple times said no, I'm not comfortable with, no. And he would still push and still push, and just a little bit. And I just thought, take your hands off. Get off. And I know that was probably, and it is definitely, part of the yoga journey in and of itself, part of the spiritual journey in and of itself, of, you know, thinking about times where your boundaries are crossed, or how much trust you can place in another person. Maybe this was me not allowing myself to be open to the teachings, and at that same time learning to honor who I am and where I'm at, and saying, actually, no, at this stage I'm a woman with this amount of residual experience from past relationships, past experiences, past karma, that in this moment has made me feel like you've overstepped a boundary for me, and I've not been heard, I've not been respected. So I actually, after that experience, I haven't been back to any yoga classes since then, physically.
Trauma.
Yeah, but it reactivated a lot within me from my old dance trainings and a lot of other things. So yeah, I'm now just doing my dance classes and my training at home, and I sometimes do yoga with Adrian. She's amazing.
Yeah. That's how it
Just
started.
love
Yeah.
her. She's beautiful.
And it's cool because she had like 10, 12 years of yoga on YouTube, and you can see her first classes, how she changed, her voice, her dogs.
Oh yeah, Benji. Sweet Benji.
Let me just check it.
Oh yes.
Battery, no, life. 9%. Oh, wow.
It's a great camera.
Thank you.
Films for a long time.
You have 9 minutes left. It's an interesting thing is because I didn't, on purpose, I told you, I didn't open your Instagram, your YouTube. I know nothing about you. We met at the ecstatic dance. You were dancing in a cool way, and then we went together all for dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, you approached me. Yeah. At the yoga pod, because I shared about YouTube. You approached. Let's babysit our baby YouTube.
That's baby YouTubes.
After a month and a half. Yeah. There's a. Oh no, 2 months, because I skipped last ecstatic dance and next week ecstatic dance, so almost 2 months. We met 2 months ago.
Did you come to the ecstatic dance that
Last time
I
when there was,
facilitated
it was facilitated by.
with David and me?
No.
No, not that one. Was it that time after then that we
Yeah,
met?
so 2 months ago. I skipped the last one. That was with a new DJ that. Speaking DJ. Have you been there?
Yes.
Yeah, it's okay. And I was before in Yoga Pod.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so 2 months. And
The
now
January
finally,
one. Mm-hmm.
next week is a new one. So, and
Yes, I'm facilitating. You should come.
yeah, I will.
Yes.
And then, yeah.
With Simone.
Hmm?
Simone and I are leading the warm-ups and stuff. Should be fun.
Yeah.
We've got a lovely plan.
I didn't know it, but so part 2 is coming. You shared with me. Can I share what you shared with me?
Yes, of course.
Okay, you recently texted, like right now, you said you're about to become, or you are a yoga instructor, sorry?
So I had a qualification a long time ago, but I didn't do anything, like I wasn't initiated. And then I'm doing some like Kriya yoga where I've been initiated into like a level 1 basic. So the Kriya is the mudras with your hands. But I have just a feeling that there's a proper school that I want to go to. I kind of know in my mind the course that I want to take, so that in my heart I feel appropriate to be showing other people a way.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? But I've been practicing yoga since I was about 13,
Wow.
14.
Okay. Then you are, I found out you said you are a coach?
Yes.
Wow. Then on the chat, we were joking about something, and you said, we were speaking about money, remember? Like 250, not a lot, but that's actually a lot if you're homeless.
Oh yeah.
And
And I was homeless. Yeah.
you were homeless.
Yeah.
She was homeless.
Yeah. Fun fact.
Okay. What else? Then you do YouTube. I still don't know what, but I saw a few of your shorts. and you're like, when somebody tells you about you and you just shake it off. You were this is, I don't remember the exact. So you are into self-development stuff, and I haven't opened your Instagram, so I don't know what you share on Instagram, but probably self-development stuff and quote spirituality. Okay. We have 4% left.
Great number 4.
Oh.
Om.
Shanti. 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 3%. Yep.
The final countdown.
All the time I was thinking that's a piece of coconut inside.
Nope, this is a crystal. I've got crystals, it's rose quartz in my water.
I thought that's a. Then I got no, it's just a label. I thought it's like a white label here.
Yes.
Oh, okay. 3%. We are about to say bye bye and take a picture for thumbnail.
Yes. This has been cute. This is like a
Thank you.
proper nice morning conversation. Thank you for inviting me into your space. Thank you for being a cat energy with me.
Thank you for approaching me on ecstatic dance and telling that.
Pleasure. Yeah. I think it's nice to just have quality conversation.
Coconut podcast.
Coconut podcast. Coconodcast.
Coconut cast. Podcast. Any last words to people, to world, to yourself?
Let's not take it too seriously. Thanks for being here, especially if you've watched or listened to us floating and chatting and fluffing doggos.
Stillness and silence are the highest pointings.
It's been lovely.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Meow,
Namaste.
meow, meow, meow,
Meow.
meow, meow, meow.
Meow. It's about that.
You know that video on